For so long, I thought I was a dumbass because I failed school. Do you know how many people failed school and went on to be really successful afterwards? So many. School is only really designed for a certain few people. Me, it wasn't designed for me. Do you know how long it took me to psychologically change the way I thought about myself? For years, I thought I was someone who was stupid and incapable of actually achieving anything because I failed school. That mindset the society put on me going, you're dumb, you failed, you got Fs, you didn't get any As, you'll go nowhere. That plagued my mind for years. It only has been in the last few years that I've had to psychologically change the way I think about myself, my intelligence, and my schooling experience. To actually go, you know what? I'm not dumb. I'm actually really smart. I didn't fail school. The schooling system failed me. I truly believe that the schooling system was designed only for a certain percentage of people. And if you don't fit in the schooling system, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're dumb. Now, if I went back to school today, I would work so hard because failing school limited me with options after in life. And I'm totally that boring adult that's like, stay in school and work hard, get good grades, purely because it can only benefit you. Like if you do well in school, it just means it's gonna open up more doors. That's it. But it's not the end of the world. I'm a really firm believer that whatever it is that you're destined to be, whatever it is that you're passionate about, you'll end up pursuing that path anyway. Do you know how many people I know that did really well in school, they went to university, and then 5 years into their career, they changed careers completely because they weren't passionate about it? Whatever you're passionate about, you will naturally pursue that path. Even if I did get straight A's, even if I did go to the best university in Australia and I got the best degree, I always thought to myself, if I did really well in school, like if I took ADHD medication as a kid and I studied and I got really good grades, I would have been a lawyer. I think I always would have gravitated towards being a lawyer, right? But I never did because I failed school and got horrible grades. Honestly, I feel that if I did go down that route, still to this day, I probably would have changed careers to do what I'm doing now, being a keynote speaker, because that's what I love. That's what I'm passionate about. I like standing up in front of a crowd and delivering my keynote presentation. So regardless of whatever my schooling experience was, I really believe that if you pursue your true passion, that's what you'll end up doing anyway. Like these guys having heaps of fun. So the question is, how do you find your passion? What a really great question with a very difficult answer. It's so hard to discover your passion. The short answer is soul search. You have to explore yourself and you have to accept yourself, accept your likes, your dislikes, and start exploring the things that you like to do. I guarantee you so many adults still don't know what their passion is. They still don't know what it is they want to do when they grow up. The way I found my passion, literally, I did nothing. I laid at home, I stayed in bed, I watched movies, I stayed up late, and I turned my brain off. After working my butt off for 13 years in the media, hosting TV shows, breakfast radio shows, I was so exhausted that I just stopped. I did nothing. I was a dull bludger. I did absolutely nothing, which gave me time to reflect on my life, on my journey, on my likes, my dislikes. It gave me the freedom to say no. Saying no to job opportunities coming my way was actually the greatest thing that ever happened to me because I started to work out, well, I don't want to do that. So what do I want to do? And I started exploring, soul searching, journaling, writing down. I spent 4 months doing nothing, saying no to every job opportunity because my heart wasn't in it. And it was only after that time that I realized, you know what? I know what my passion is. And that's keynote speaking. That's speaking in schools, speaking in businesses, sharing my experience and trying to encourage others to be their better version. That is my true passion. But I only discovered that after doing nothing. So if you ever get a chance to do nothing, like I mean nothing, like spend 4 months of doing absolutely nothing, like just living and being, turning your brain off and soul searching, do it. It is the greatest thing that'll ever happen to you. One of the stories I share in my keynote presentation is the story of Buddha. Buddha was born in a very affluent family. He was born in a palace and he had everything at his disposal. His dad was like, Buddha, I don't know if that's what his name was, but he started rubbing his belly. Listen here, baby Buddha. He said, listen, son, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to work. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. Everything you need for the rest of your life is going to be in the confines of this palace. But as Buddha grew older, he was like, wait a second, this is not right. This is not the meaning of life. This is not what life's all about. What is it? So he left the palace walls, he jumped the fence, and he went and lived amongst the commoners. And he saw homeless people, he saw beggars, he saw uber rich people having way too much wealth. And then he saw people just living their daily lives. And he saw such a divide in difference in people's lives. And he's like, wow, what is life all about? Everyone is experiencing different things. And he noticed people were suffering. And he's like, you know what? I still don't know what the meaning of life is. So he went and sat under a tree for 40 days and did nothing. He did nothing. Just like me on the dole, he did nothing. He sat under a tree and didn't move until he worked out what the meaning of life is. Do you know what he came up with? Life is suffering. Life is hard. Life can suck. We get hungry, we grow poor, we grow old, we get hurt. We suffer all the time. Everybody can face adversity, and adversity is a challenging time or a period of suffering. It's just suffering. And let's face it, we all suffer at some point. So after Buddha's realization of life is suffering, he came up with the concept of then choose your suffering. If you're going to suffer anyway, you may as well choose what suffering you're going to endure. That way you're going to be happier. Growing up, I was obsessed with Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world. In fact, growing up, I was banned from watching his movies because I used to walk around the house going, P-A-R-T. Why? 'Cause I gotta. Hello, mother. Care for some help in the kitchen, shall we? Anyway, I was much better when I was young, but I love Jim Carrey. And recently I saw a video of Jim Carrey on YouTube and he gave a speech at a university. And the essence of the speech was, his father, Percy Carey, could have been an amazing comedian, but he was too scared to take that risk. So he took the safe option and became an accountant. But then he got let go from that job and he got made redundant. He got fired from the safe option, the secure option. So he thought, you know what, if you can lose the safe option, then you may as well go and do what you really want. And I've applied that to my life so much. And it's scary. Going the route with no security is so scary, but it is 10 times rewarding than doing a job that I don't want to do. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been standing by this graffiti wall for the past 40 minutes and I have no idea what I've said. So I'm going to wrap it up now. If you like this video, give it a like, give me a subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it.